Hi scientists, today we're going to look at the radioactive dating game on PhET. So I'm on the worksheet and I'm going to go through the steps in case you are not able to, so that you can see what's happening. So part 1 is explore the simulation. We're under this half-life tab, the first tab. And we're just going to take a few minutes to play around. So right now I have it set on the carbon to nitrogen decay reaction. And I'm just going to add a whole bunch of atoms. It's playing, so then we're going to watch what happens. And so two things we can look at in addition to the main screen is this pie chart and then how the graph is changing up here. And if you hadn't paid attention to these the first time, I encourage you to just sort of flip back and replay this section so you can observe those two things if you didn't the first time. Okay, and then we'll do a reset. And this next one I'll do with the uranium to lead reaction. So let's add a bunch and we'll observe what happens. And then I encourage you, as this is finishing up, to pause and go answer the question under part 1 of your worksheet. In part 2, we are looking at this decay rates tab. And so we're going to make sure that carbon 14 is checked, and we're going to just add some nuclei over here, and then we're going to observe what happens. So again, the things that I can watch are the screen, the actual nuclei. I can watch this pie graph, and I can look at this line graph here. And so again, you're welcome to go back and replay this section so that you can answer the questions. And we'll complete this again with uranium. And I'll add a bunch, and we'll see what happens. And again, pause and replay if you need to be able to complete the questions in part 2. For part 3, we're looking at this dating game tab. And so we're going to choose 3 objects near the top of the surface or on the surface to figure out the ages of. So I've got carbon 14 checked here. I've got my probe. The first item that I'm going to look at is this skull. And so I see that the skull is 98.2% carbon 14. And so I'm going to scroll this around until I get to about there, 98.2. Okay, and that tells me that my time is probably 130 years. Again, that's an approximation of this blue line on my x-axis, which is time. And I found it by lining up my number, right, the number of carbon 14 I got on the x or on the y-axis. So then I'm going to take a guess. My guess is that this skull is 130 years old. Check my estimate, and I did a great job. Hooray! All right, let's pick something else. How about this cup, a wooden cup? And so again, I'll scroll this, and I'm looking for the point on this exponential curve where the y-axis number matches my percentage that I got. Okay, that's pretty close, 88.3. And then if I look down, my time is about 1,032 years. I'll plug that in as my estimate and check it. Okay. And then I think I need to do one more thing. So I'll do a tree that's alive. Just for kicks, right? And we see that's 100%, so that's still living. So I would get that it was about, not really in our time frame, right, 0 years old. I could do this tree that's down, right, 97.4%. And oops, I almost had it. All right, and I would guess that that is 210 years old, and I was correct. Okay. So then, right, as I go down further, right, I get some low numbers here. Really, I don't even know that I go that far. Yeah, I really only go to 10.9% where I'm accurate. And as I get further down, right, there's no carbon-14 left because it's all decayed. And so I need an atom that has, or nucleus that has a longer half-life. So I'll do uranium-238. And now I can see for these older objects that I have a number that I can measure on my graph. And then for these objects, right, it's not going to work. And for my older objects, right, I see that they have a percent of uranium-13. So let's do this weird rock. I guess it's rock number 4. And we will scroll. 89.5 is close enough. Okay, so 700 million years old. So 703, 670. Check. Okay. 700 million years old. Let's do this weird fossil-y thing. Ooh. Having trouble getting in. I think I'm running too many things on my computer. Oh, it doesn't have any. Probably because it's a living thing. Let's do this rock. This is rock number 1. 97.9. Okay, close enough. So 130 million years old. Great, got it. And then let's do one more. My living things don't have it. We'll do rock number 5. Seems like it's the oldest of the rocks. 82.3. Oh my gosh, 1 billion years old. And I'll check that, and I got it right. Okay, so that gives you the 6 items that you are required to complete. And that's good. You can skip the optional challenge because I'm not sure how I can walk you through that thought process without giving you the answers. All right, so that's it for today. Let me know if you have questions, and I'll see you in class.